Hello my fellow fools, and welcome back to another fun, exciting, action-packed adventure that award-winning, because I say it is, show, The Fitted Hat Fool. I'm the fool, the hats are fitted, and away we go. Today's hat is the Seattle Mariners. Now if you look at it, you might think, that's not a Seattle Mariners hat, it doesn't have an S on it. Well, it has a compass and a baseball, and a Mariner would likely use a compass to find where he or she is going, and the baseball, well, it sure isn't the fucking Supersonics. Although Seattle should have basketball. It's ridiculous that the Supersonics ever left, and it's ridiculous that they're not back. Says the Yankee fan wearing a Mariners hat and a Chicago Cardinals jersey. Anyway, all that nonsense out of the way, let's get down to the hat. Now this is the Seattle Mariners. It was called the Cherry Red hat or something. I just wanted a hat with the Kingdome on it because I've actually been to the Kingdome. I lived in Linwood, Washington back in 1999, which is a little bit outside of Seattle. So I was there in 1999. That was the year the Mariners went from Kingdome over to Safeco Field. They switched in the middle of the season. I actually could have gone to the first ever game at Safeco Field, but I had to work that day, and I chose to be responsible and go to work instead of calling in sick. You know, looking back, maybe I should have gone to the first ever game, but you know what? I showed up to work, I made money, and I wound up seeing many games at Safeco Field over the years, so I'm good. Anyway, now that I got all that out of the way, here's the bonus look at my bald head, and now on to the hat. Now on the front of the hat, as I said, there's a compass and a baseball, thereby indicating the Seattle Mariners. The front bill here is blue, and you go around the side, there's the New Era flag. There's the Batterman logo. Now over here, there's the Kingdome. And the Kingdome is no longer there. But as I said, I have been to the Kingdome, so I wanted a hat with the Kingdome on it, and there it is. Now, underneath the hat, you got a red bill, a red underbill. It's white all the way around. Cooperstown Collections, 7 3/4, 59.50, all that good stuff. Now, 7 3/4 is actually one size too big for my hat size, but I wanted the hat. It was the only size they had that would have fit my fat head. It's actually a little bit too big for my fat head, but and I wound up getting the last one. So if somebody was hoping to get the cherry red or cherry frost, whatever the hell they were calling it, cherry Pop-Tarts, I don't know, Mariners hat, and you got on there right after I checked out, whoops, you lost that one. But you know, I'm sure you'll eventually find one, or you won't, who knows. But so while we're talking about the hat and the Mariners and the Kingdome and all that good stuff, as I said, I was living in Linwood, and I was working various oddball temp jobs. Wherever they would send me, I would go, as long as the bus got me there. So here I am working at the Bon Marché in the Northgate Mall, and it's a pretty good job. They sent me, they had me restocking the ladies' lingerie department. So I spent a good chunk of the afternoon having random women walk up to me holding like bras and panties up to themselves, asking me how I thought it looked on them, and I was like, hey, this is a good gig. More on that later. So anyway, at some point during the day I had lunch break or something, and I'm sitting back there with some of the workers in the break room, and we're watching the news, and sports comes on, which, hey, I like sports. I'm wearing a ball cap, I like sports. So a lady newscaster comes on, and she says, when we come back, we'll update you on the progress of the Mariners' intense negotiations. I'm like, well, this sounds interesting. A-Rod, Griffey Jr. up for a contract renewal? I don't know. No, who knows? Let's see. So the commercials come and go, and we come back, and it says, the Seattle Mariners are in intense negotiations to get their peanut vendor to move over from the Kingdome to Safeco Field. And I'm like, that's the intense negotiation? I mean, that's interesting, and I certainly hope the peanut vendor was able to move from here over to there. But, you know, last time I checked, the peanut vendor does not normally help you win a World Series. He distributes, he or she distributes good snacks. Now, a peanut vendor coming down to help the team win a World Series sounds like some kind of Disney bullshit, you know, something they would come up with. So if there's ever a Disney movie about a peanut vendor coming down to help the Mariners or any team win a World Series, the worldie's got to come here, because this is where the idea started first. So, you know, the peanut vendor that brought a championship to Seattle, or whatever city is really starved for a championship, Seattle, Pittsburgh, so forth and so on. And as long as the Mariners don't go through the Yankees to get to the World Series, give the good people of Seattle a World Championship already, will you? But anyway, now I'm wondering if the peanut vendor was the same one I saw at the Kingdome, because there could have been lots of peanut vendors. It was probably the company they were negotiating with, I don't know. But while I was sitting there, the peanut vendor, you know, somebody over here and someone over to this side of me ordered peanuts. And the vendor said, "Oh, look, we got a Yankees fan here." And that was me. I was wearing a Yankees hat. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm from New Jersey. What do you want? So he throws one bag of peanuts, you know, kind of near my head this way, and another one kind of near my head that way. He's laughing, I'm laughing, the people around me are laughing. It was all fun. Nobody got offended. Now these days, somebody's going to get offended because, you know, somebody gets offended at the drop of a hat. Oh, look at that. My hat just dropped, so somebody probably just got offended. But back then, not everybody was easily offended by everything, and everybody had a good time. I laughed, the peanut vendor laughed, the people around me laughed. Nobody got upset, you know, and that's good. But nowadays, you know, everybody gets offended by just the slightest little thing. Frankly, it's fucking ridiculous. Somebody's probably offended that I just said fuck. That's not my problem. I guess if you don't like it, don't watch my fucking channel. Too late now if you're already watching it, but what are you gonna do? So anyway, but I thought it was funny. I didn't take any offense to it. I had a good laugh. No harm, no foul. And that day in the Kingdome, the Mariners played the Devil Rays, not the Rays. They were still called the Devil Rays back then. So, you know, now they're the Tampa Bay Rays. I still call them the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I like that name better than just the Rays. And, you know, they still got a Devil Ray on the sleeves as far as I know. But, you know, one could say that's neither here nor there. But I've always thought that phrase was odd. It's neither here nor there. It's got to be somewhere. So if it's neither here nor there, where the hell is it? Now back to the earlier topic about the temp job I had. So the whole night, I'm restocking the lingerie department. I got women coming up and asking me, you know, does this look good on me? And they're holding bras and panties up to themselves. And I'm like, hey, this is great. So they asked me if I wanted to return the next day. I would have anyway, because, you know, you work, you make money, you pay the rent, you pay the bills. But I said, oh, absolutely, I'm thinking. You know, working here all day watching women hold up their panties and potential panties and bras and whatnot and asking what they think. So I come back the next day, they got me working in the furniture department. I'm like, I'm still making money, but I was like, what a kick in the nuts. Furniture? I mean, no one's gonna pick up a couch unless it's like the Incredible Hulk or She-Hulk or, you know, one of them Senator superheroes or whatnot. No one's going to hold up a couch to themselves and pick it up and say, does this look good on me? I'm like, I don't know, don't drop it. I mean, it falls on you, you're going to be splat, broken bones. So as it turns out, so I'm like, all right, what do you want me to do? He's like, well, there was like 7 pieces of furniture. He's like, I need you to, you know, get a hand cart, whatnot, and load them, put them on the floor. I'm like, that's it? He said, yeah. I'm like, it's going to take me like a half hour. I said, you know, I come all this way, it's going to take me a half hour. He said, well, I'll tell you what. The guy said, every hour, take one out, and then go walk around the mall. And then come back the next hour, pull one out, and then go back, walk around the mall again. So I was like, oh, all right. So I was walking around the Northgate Mall all day getting paid. I don't know how the people at the temp company would have felt about that, or the people at the Bon Marché would have felt about that, but I don't know. I got paid to walk around the mall all day, and that was fine. What's that got to do with this hat? Nothing. But in a way it does, because this hat represents Seattle. And this was in North Seattle at the Northgate Mall, which is different than the mall I'm in right now. But I have been to the Northgate Mall in this century and the last century, but not the century before that, because I don't think there was a Northgate Mall in the 19th century. Not that I'm aware of. But anyway, one last look at the hat and my bald head. As I said, there's the compass and the baseball. There's the Kingdome. There's the Batterman logo. You got the New Era flag and all this good stuff here. And now that I got that out of the way, since you're here watching this, don't forget to subscribe. That's right. You too can become a fool. All you have to do is click the subscribe button and voila, you're a fool. Any one of these people walking by me, they could be fools right now. But they could be an extra special fool if they click on the subscribe button in my channel. So if you want to become a fool, and you aren't one already, click the subscribe button and become a fool. Unless you were born in Cleveland, Mississippi, and odds are you're already a fool, especially if you stayed there. Now, I'm sure someone's going to get offended by that, but you know, I've been to Cleveland, Mississippi. It's not that exciting. So if you get the chance to get the fuck out of there, by all means, get the fuck out of there. But anyway, now that I've just offended the good people of Cleveland, Mississippi, and whoever's walking by, just shut the fuck up, have a fucking laugh, and enjoy it, and click the subscribe button to become a fool. Thanks for watching the Fitted Hat Fool. I'm the fool, the hats are fitted, and you're the viewer. And thanks for being the viewer.